President Biden tweeted this out. My administration is canceling all remaining oil and gas leases issued under the last administration in the Arctic Refuge and proposing to protect 13 million acres in the Western Arctic. There's more to do, but we're taking action to meet the moment for future generations. A beaming Chuck Schumer tweeted this. 13 million acres that President Biden is setting aside in the National Petroleum Reserve provides crucial habitat for polar bears and many Arctic species facing severe threats from climate change. Yeah, Chucky, the average gas price here in New York is $4.70 a gallon. What I'm telling you is energy prices are about to skyrocket again. Sure, they let you have the summer, but that's over. But the administration's line is they're, what, bringing down the cost for families or something?
If you look at what we've been able to do from last summer to this summer, lowering gas prices by $1.20, that is because of the work that this administration has done. And so we're always going to be focused on what steps we can take to continue to lower prices for Americans.
Yeah. What do they think that's going to do to food prices, wages? Inflation is here to stay. Transitory, It's the Salem News Channel, so I won't.
Today, inflation is down to around 3%, about 1/3 of what it was 1 year ago. That's the nearest lowest point in over 2 years.
No. See, when Donald Trump was president, inflation was around 1.4% and gas was about $2 per gallon. Today, inflation is at 3.2%. Yay! And gas is $3.80 a gallon on the national average. A little bit more depending on where you are. Add on to the fact that, in fact, prices have risen almost 17% since Biden took office. That's Bidenomics. Let's go, Brandon. Now, I'm not done. It gets worse. There's more. Headline The Hill. U.S. deficit is projected to roughly double this year. Watchdog, quote, the U.S. deficit is projected to roughly double this year, largely due to higher interest rates and lower tax revenue. The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, an organization that pushes for lowering the deficit, is projecting the federal deficit will double this year to total about $2 trillion for the fiscal year that ends September 30. Mark Goldwine, Senior Policy Director at the organization, told The Hill that high interest rates, low tax revenue, and high inflation resulting in higher Social Security Medicare costs have all contributed to the rising deficit. That's right. The deficit's going to Chinese spy balloon to $2 trillion. Now, I've said for years, there isn't an issue facing this country that doesn't include the open border. This just in. A federal judge just ruled that Texas Governor Greg Abbott has to remove the Rio Grande swim lane that was actually working. See this? Take a look at that. See that? Oh, Mexicant. Those people weren't getting in. Now it's come on in. And Biden said he was going to do just that.
5 years old, your parents are taking you across the Rio Grande River, and it's illegal. And you say, oh, no, Mom, leave me here. I'm not going to go with you. They've been here. Many of them are model citizens. Over 20,000 of them are first responders out there taking care of people during this crisis. We owe them. We owe them.
Yep. First, migrants arrive illegally. Second, Democrats say they're asylum seekers. Third, patriots say, wait, they're economic migrants. Fourth, Democrat cities get overrun. 5, Democrats demand expedited work permits. 6, Democrats proven right. You cannot bring there to here without here becoming there. And after years and years of Democrat mayors and governors promoting sanctuary city and state policies, finally some Democrats now acknowledge, oh my God, it's a crisis. You think? Here's New York City Mayor Eric Adams last month.
Find locations where we're going to have migrants go to. We're going to have to look at that because we have reached our capacity. And so when I went there personally to speak with those men who were there at the Hall Street location, communicated with them, were able to get them back inside the shelter system and find a shelter for them, we were able to communicate. And that's what a leader do. A leader leads from the front. You know what else? Know what else I discovered at that when I spoke with them? Some of them were engineers. Some of them were mechanics. They were professionals, and they only wanted one thing. They said, "We want to work. We want to work." What is more anti-American than coming to America and you can't work? That's what we all should be talking about. This is so anti-American that someone can come to our country. People want to say 6 months. It's not 6 months. You could be here for almost 2 years and you're told that you can't work.
That's right. It's un-American to stop people coming here illegally and trying to take a job. Now here he is saying the 10,000 migrants per month that's costing $1 billion, projected to be $4 billion, is going to destroy New York City.
This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City. We're getting 10,000 migrants a month. Now we're getting people from all over the globe have made their minds up that they're going to come through the southern part of the border and come into New York City.
Not to be outdone, the moron governor of New Jersey, who's given in-state tuition and driver's license to illegals, back in 2017 told the world he'd always be there for border jumpers.
I think the context for me, Tom, would be the field is so tilted against dreamers, against newly arrived immigrant brothers and sisters. My bias is going to be having their back, because there's always going to be an example in any population of somebody who does something awful or whatever it is, in this case in a heinous level, and I'm not denying that. But then we got to be careful not to extrapolate that and then throw a similar blanket over an entire group of folks. So I feel like the field has been so tilted against these folks. I want to be the guy they feel like they can rely on. I have to think that through in terms of the point of notification. One of the things we have said that we would establish immediately, and this admittedly doesn't get at this, but it's in the same neighborhood, is an Office of Immigrant Protection.
$2 billion worth. Now there's no room at the inn.
This directly from the feds. We've not heard it from the White House, but not only would I call on the White House and Congress to do what I just said, that three-legged stool, let's finally fix this once and for all. I don't see any scenario, Eric, where we're going to be able to take in a program.
The federal government's pumping billions into these blue states for now. And you know what? If Biden gets reelected, the federal government will start moving these people to wherever you are to flip the red states. How is this happening, you say? It's going from Barack Obama to Neera Tanden down to you. You do not matter anymore. This is the new America. High gas prices, high food prices, inflation that's not going away. Your wages are getting crushed. You're getting crushed. It's being done to you on purpose. That's Bidenomics. That's the new America. You don't matter anymore. The American dream is dead.